Hey guys, sorry that this is getting to you guys a little bit late. We've had some technical issues at the school today, so my apologies. So today we're going to be looking at a little bit of environmental determinism, possibilism, and then starting into what we call our level 4 analysis, which is going to be our introduction into your assessment that's coming up later. Now, next class period, so on Thursday, you guys are going to be having a quiz. So that quiz is over map skills, types of maps, 5 themes of geography, and then the stuff that we're going to learn today. So make sure that you're prepared for that quiz, which again is going to be next class period. So if you go to your day by day, which is what I have up here, I tried to simplify it just a little bit. Make sure you go ahead and do your journal question. And then if you have not already done this assignment, make sure that that's in before you start this assignment. I'm going to go ahead and open up your notes for the day, and then we're going to go ahead and do our PowerPoint. So we're going to start off today by comparing two things that are part of one of the 5 themes of geography, which is going to be human-environmental interaction. And that's the difference between environmental determinism and possibilism. So environmental determinism is the idea that people are affected by the environment. So the environment is going to involve everything that kind of creates the social dynamic and culture of a specific society. So that's your first question. What does it focus on? So your definition is there are no dominant forces within the environment. There are dominant forces in the environment that shape culture no matter what. So for example, if I am in the High Uintas and I'm in the 1800s and I want to build a farm, what types of products and the landscape am I going to use? I'm probably going to use trees and things like that I can find in the Uintas. I'm not going to go import it from some other area. For example, if you go to like Hawaii or Polynesia, you'll notice that most of their areas are built with, for example, palm trees and palm leaves and things like that. And the idea is that through most of time, civilization has to be created based on the culture and the environment that are around these cultures. And this begins to determine what kind of houses they develop and how they have to act as a specific culture. So for example, if you've ever seen the show Moana, you know that a lot of that is looking at like the heritage and the culture influenced by the environment. So for possibilism, that is the exact opposite of environmental determinism. Possibilism is the idea that the environment may restrict certain activities. However, humans have the power and ability to change their environment and create new possibilities. So environmental determinism is very much a pre-1900, pre a lot of the modern technologies that we have. And now we have possibilism, which is this idea that we can modify them in any ways. So this is the idea that we begin to create solutions such as air conditioning when we need to not deal with a certain part. So when it's snowy outside, we have heating. Environmental determinism would say you have to, for example, wear a really heavy coat. Possibilism is the idea that we don't need coats because we have heat. And in the world today, things don't exist very naturally as much anymore because we begin to alter it. So let's look at some examples. So in terms of environmental determinism, a log cabin is a great example of this because they use the things that are around them to create that log cabin. Clothing, for example, if you look at this picture right here, so if you look at the Hawaiian culture, they use a lot of their things that are in their own environment to create their culture and their clothing. Possibilism, however, is things like Lake Powell. Lake Powell wouldn't exist unless a dam had been created. Or, for example, okay, sorry that's just down laying there. Or, for example, tunnels. They go to create tunnels, and that is created by humans that alter their environment. So now we're going to do what's called a level 4 analysis. And a level 4 analysis is going to be how we go to determine kind of the analysis of a specific thing. So you need to pull up, as we do this level 4 analysis notes, you also need to pull up your level 4 analysis intro assignment. So you'll see that right here. So when you go to open up this page for the level 4 map analysis, right here, I want you to go ahead and pick one of these objects. So if I want to do Rio Tinto Stadium, delete everything else that is on this paper, like that. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and leave only your single item on your paper. Remember that if you can't edit the document, you need to make sure you press these 3 buttons up here on the top right. Click make a copy and press enter, and it will allow you to edit the document. So once this page is blank, we're going to start learning about our level 4 analysis. So you're going to need this along with your notes to be able to make sure you have everything correctly. So for your first level 4, This is the level 1 of all the level 4. So there's 4 levels, level 1. On the far left, you can go ahead and put the what, the where, and the when. In the second column, you can put that this establishes the basic information clearly. What is it, where is it, when is it, and the scale. So this is your level 4 analysis, and let's think back to what you're going to do on this assignment. So with your one thing, so I'm going to go ahead and choose Arches at Moab, Utah. I need to think of the what, the where, and the when. This is very much the basic information. So for example, I'm going to go ahead and click on my sticky note, and I'm going to put level 1. And I need to think about the what and the where of this. So this is a, this is a hike in Arches National Park. It is about an hour hike, approximately, and there are few people in this photo. Okay? And this is just basic information that I'm seeing. So what am I seeing in this? Basic information. Or for example, if it's a location, what is it used for? Then we have our level 2 analysis. And you can go ahead and do this along, so if you wanted to pause the video, you can. For your level 2 is pattern identification. What is a phenomenon that you're seeing? Is it clustered? Is it dispersed? And how are things connected in some way? So for this one, I want to think about my level 2. What are some phenomena, so things that I'm seeing in this? So something that I'm seeing is there are no people in this image, even though it's a popular hike. Okay? So I'm trying to figure out in this image with level 2, what is something that is a phenomenon that I'm seeing in this image, okay? Or I could also put as another level 2, I could change this, and instead I could put something along the lines of there are sunrise colors and light coming in. That's another thing I'm seeing in this. So now for your level 3, you can go ahead and put down that level 3 is why is it there? So why is the phenomenon that you just barely did happening in yours? So for example, my level 2 is that there are no people in this image even though it's a popular hike. So I'm going to go ahead and put another sticky note and put from a level 3, why is this happening? So I'm going to probably put that because it is early in the day, likely after sunrise, there are a few people here. So this is basically just showing you why is the phenomenon that you're happening in level 2 occurring. Now for your level 3, you're going to go ahead and do a prediction. So why is this pattern important and what impact could it have? So I'm thinking to myself, the pattern that I'm seeing is that there's few people, and it's probably because it's the beginning of the day. So from level 4, I could put something along the lines of, as the day goes on, it is more likely that there will be more people because it is hotter and not so early in the day. Okay? Now when you go to do this for your own, you're going to do it based on the picture that you just chose. So you can see, for example, think about Mill Creek. Are there any people there? When might people go there? What is this used for? For your level 2, what is a phenomenon that you're seeing? So who goes to the community centers? Who are more likely to go to the community centers? Number 3, why is that happening? So for example, in this picture, there's no people here. Maybe it's early in the day. Maybe it's a weekday. Okay, going into, for example, why would this impact? Maybe later on in the week there will be more people or something along those lines. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and try this out. Do your best, okay, and you're going to do this only on your first page. And that's your job for today. We will introduce the next part. I'll go ahead and upload a video on the other 2 parts the next class period. Have a great day.